Greetings, Professor. Greetings, Professor. Shall we play a game?
It's stressing, it's depressing, and just plain pressing me past my limits. Pictures and drafts, and so much trash.
That was a lot of button
There's
pressing.
one thing I got to do.
Fracking the horde! Fracking the horde! That's what we're going to be doing with that big software. We're going to frack some horde. But I don't know anything about that.
Fracking the hole from the death piling off floor.
Fifth cup of coffee. I'd like just to say ah. Thank you.
Aloha.
Aloha, everybody. I'm Primo Kimo. This is my lady, Spam.
Sir Spams a lot.
Sir Spam's a lot. She's a man.
Yeah.
We're in Vermont. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. This is nothing really happened over the weekend. I don't know.
No,
just like
it's
we're
so
just-
boring.
We yeah, not much going on in the reseller community. So yeah, I don't know. Whoops, wrong one. Actually, everything's going off. It's like just a reseller explosion of activity. I don't even know where to start, really. This is where I wanted to start.
Okay.
I know where. You
Yeah.
want me to?
Oh, I was gonna say
Go ahead.
sales totally were
Sucked. That's what
crappy,
I was gonna say.
except last night they finally kicked.
Well, I was
back
going to say it
on.
in a totally different way. I was going to say that sales sucked for since the 9th, and I didn't put it up here because we were kind of in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
The 9th, I think. So the 9th, 10th. Hold on, let's put on this. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Wow.
What's today? Today's the 16. So if we back that up to the 13. So 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. We had three sales in our media store, which is normally $100 a day, which is 6 to 8 sales. Not even that many. 5-ish sales a day. About $20 a day. A sale. For 5 days. I know other people talked about having really crappy sales, and then I saw some other people saying how their sales were great. And I had to think about it. This is what I was doing. I was thinking about it. I was like, I put on this song, and I went, and I stroked my beard as one does, listening to the match game theme. And I says to myself, self, what happened? And then I remembered that I've been going nuts waiting for Josh and James to release the software that's going to change our life, and then it all happened. And we forgot to list stuff because all we were doing was waiting around. So it's technically James and Josh's fault that we didn't have any sales.
Yes, let's blame them.
That's our fault. Thank you.
What day was it?
You don't have it back.
Was it Thursday?
I gotta hold on like this.
Thursday or Friday, James was going to be putting out the video, but then it got postponed.
Yep.
I felt
No
like
work happened those days.
I felt like it was like election
We
night
were
or the
waiting.
Oscars, and I'm like waking up in the middle, like falling asleep, waking up.
But I see my
going,
mom punched
"Is
in
there
really
any-
quick.
is
Aloha,
there any-"
mother. Pennyland. Go ahead. Finish.
Oh, nothing.
No, that was it. No, it was so exciting that I don't know what was going on. We most certainly weren't listing anything. We most certainly weren't selling or shipping anything, and I didn't care.
We were on the edge of our seats, like just.
But again, yeah, it's their fault.
In anticipation.
But here's what happened then. Saturday, I was like, let's see. Maybe I should try harder on this whole reselling thing that we do. Because we weren't making any sales. And then we're like, well, maybe I should just try. Should I try? Like, we didn't list anything. We're just sitting here waiting for sales, doing nothing. Maybe I'll do a nuclear reset. So I says to myself, go do that. I did. I pressed the button on one of the stores. The other one we can't because it's got multiple. It's a whole thing. But started that up right before the store, the show here. Cha-ching. Thank you. But the point is that on our media store, it fired back up. So Saturday, I put everything on sale for 20% off. Today, shipped 13 items out. That happened overnight, and that happened from good old-fashioned work. And sort of to pick up where Josh left off, first of all, I would like to say Josh has no idea about the prices of his own product over there. And the pricing is...
Did you want to show it?
I do, but hold on. I'll just pop over there. Because Josh is like, yeah, for like $20, you get 20 million listings. And
no, he was not.
He said something like that. And I'm like, I don't think that's not right. How do we get over to here?
I'm
the guy who knows.
Director. I don't know how you do this.
Oh, no. It's not good. Oh, we have to go small. Okay. So, yes, I got it. We're fine. We're safe. Something maybe. That's like a picture. What could that be? That could just be a picture of anything. This is listeasier.com.
Okay, so
on the day that this opened, so first of all, I'm on team Josh and James just because they're our bros and we're on the bro scheme. We're like Entourage. Like I'm probably a turtle, but I'm down. I'm okay with that. And regardless of the other ones that come out, this particular one that we're talking about, and we're not even promoting it, but we are sort of promoting it for a third hour today because James did a video and then Josh, and then I'm coming in on this too because it doesn't. I've tried List Perfectly. I tried the Vendu. I tried the other AI listers that existed at the beginning of the year, then jacked up their price to $150 list not perfectly, and it didn't work for our books or records or the things we wanted to use. This one is, I don't know if it's how, like, if the technology is, if a program is utilizing AI, right? The AI, it's not like these companies are creating their own AI. They're utilizing these huge AIs, ChatGPT and stuff. And then how do you harness the power of these? That's where this program is coming in. That's going to be awesome. I hate to list. I don't want to list. I got tens of thousands of things to list. And easy. Easy things.
Okay, so read the pricing off.
Okay. So it's $69 for the first day you come on. You want to come over here and just sign up. I'm not getting paid. There's no paid list, nothing like that. What I will get from this is on that first day, I will be there.
Out.
I will take their free gift of as many items as you can do. Although I'm guessing
10
if everybody
free.
does that, well, that says, hold on, Toots, were you listening? He said if you sign up on the first day, you can do as many as you want for free.
Oh,
not
he
10.
Did?
Well, no matter what Josh said for numbers, just discount all of those because he wasn't really paying attention too well. Where he said I think he said you got 5,000 on the $69 here, and 25,000 on the $209. Doesn't matter what he said. This is what's really true right here. And then enterprise is you got to contact them and see. So that's how you get to, according to math, 69 cents is, 69 cents divided by 1,000 is 0.699. So these guys are saying it's 3 to 7 cents each. It's not even that. It's 2.999 cents. Oh my gosh. It's 2.999 cents to 6.9999 cents. So they're like even underselling it even right off the bat. So congratulations to these guys who are getting this. Shout out to Super Dave and Travis the Brain for getting this thing up.
A couple of
you may say something now.
Thank you. A couple of things is this is
I'm going back to Big Us.
Designed.
We're big.
For eBay. It is integrated with eBay. It is, whatever they are developers with eBay. So what with like the list, what was that list perfectly, whatever that was.
I mean, they're in bed with eBay too, but
but I tried using it and it did not do like the eBay specifics.
It wasn't written specifically for the purposes of what these are. These are very. It's not a cross-listing program that turned into an AI listing tool. It's a AI listing tool.
Right. Those are
that is harnessing the power of pre-existing brains. So they're not trying to recreate Rome necessarily. What they're doing is taking the brain and harnessing the power and utilizing and they're doing the monster and the Frankenstein and the whole thing. And they're creating and going to give us a tiny little packet, a beautifully little gift where we can list more things than humanly possible. And I, myself, welcome our robot overlords.
And there was somebody else that came out with something as well. And
other people are going to have tools?
Yeah. And
there's lots of tools around the reselling community.
A lot more expensive than
right off the bat.
Easier.
It's insanely more expensive. So I don't know how that's all going to work out, but
this is outstandingly like affordable, and
I would personally what I would say is take advantage of it now. We don't know what's going to happen. Who knows what happens? Get it hot, fresh pizza, shove it in your mouth. I mean, take the burn. It's so good. Just let it bubble the roof of your mouth a little bit because it's not going to be there forever. The pizza's going to disappear. That's my feeling is like, take it while you can get it. For some reason, I just don't expect the goodness to stay forever. And it may change or it may, who knows? Doesn't even matter.
I'm sure that most of our friends here have already gone to listeasier.com and signed up with their email. But if you haven't, do so because you will get an email. You will be, on that list of people that gets notified when it is ready to actually go live for the general public.
And I can tell you from personal, just on this level, here's an anecdote that do we really, who cares about the other one? As far as there was some interesting drama over the week where the competitor to this, which is not done, came out early just to be first, and it was kind of weird. But I, being the intrepid self that I am, signed up for that one immediately. The video was on, and I signed up, so the video wasn't even over, and you couldn't sign up anymore. But it took my name and put it on a list. This is the other program, which I'm just not naming, but it's so simple to find. Just you can go find it. And I got a notification at 3:00 in the morning on Saturday morning. Oh, a space has opened up. By the time I clicked on it, no good. The second one that came through, another notification at 5:52 in the morning. I was up for this one, and I responded within a minute. The actual formation of the link wasn't even good. And then I got a few more over the course of the day where the link didn't even go to the other person's site, which isn't even done yet anyway, so it doesn't matter. But what I think is important to see from that, and my initial interpretation from that, was that someone was just trying to be first, even though the product wasn't whatever. And although I have heard, just to be fair, through the same I know nothing lens about anything except for what I read on the internet, that some people said that they went on it and used it. And then it crashed and it didn't work. So regardless of anything,
well, and I can understand.
I think we have we're backing a horse that's responsible.
I can understand that the anxiousness and anxiety that any creator, business creator,
I'm freaking out,
is feeling.
I'm in Vermont, sitting in a chair. I have nothing to do with this. I'm freaking out.
And I totally was too. And I think that Tech, he did jump the gun. If he had approached it the way that List Easier, Josh Gall, and his team approached it.
Shout out Super Dave and
people would have maybe have been disappointed in how he released it. But Josh is up front.
Well, I feel like it
James
wasn't
is
technically a release, was it? It was more
no,
of a.
it was exactly
I
what
beat you to
a
the
beta
punch.
should. Well,
It was a little bit. It's a little bit Three
so
Stooges-y of the other team, of the other party. However, let's just say hi really quick
Yeah.
to Carla Olson, Paul Rose, aloha, Pitco, Den Decor, Mike Mecco Meetups, aloha Mike, Tusslebug, aloha, Silver Hair Stacker. I don't have my noises on. My noises.
howdy,
I
aloha.
remember my noises.
Tusslebug.
James Helversday. Who is that?
He's just here for the long walks on the beach because now he has time
He has
to
the
do that.
time. James, we're holding hands. We're on the beach. This is amazing. Oh, sweetie, you can come on too. But we have done our
I'm
work,
just
so we can do that.
looking forward to this.
It's crazy.
Really.
So I'm not
looking
sure
forward to this.
everyone's in our position.
Can you please come up with an AI that lets me just take crappy photos and then it fixes the lighting for me
Oh
automatically?
yeah, can you do that? So as soon as they can, actually, the robot can take the pictures. That's the only other thing we could have done.
I sit there having
Thank
to
you.
adjust the lighting on nearly every photo I take on my app, and it's
Robots.
so time consuming.
When's the robots? Are you guys actually over at List Easy? Are you working on like a robot manifestation? I mean, are you gonna offer like an actual human size robot that you could put the AI in, and then they could come over and take the pictures? Could that happen? And by the way, here's the thing I really wanted to say, and then we can continue to say hi, because the only thing I hear as a negative to any of this pushback is, well, there's a couple different things, like what's going to happen to the market, things like that. Well, who knows? I don't care. I'm going to be first to make all the money and then go sit down and count all my coins and watch everybody else struggle. So I'm going to be first. Dang it. But one of the things was, no, I forgot. Darn. I thought about my big pile of gold coins.
Now too many people are going to be selling. Also, like, oh, great, now I can get more listed, but we need something. We need AI to bring the buyers to eBay.
No, it was a negative thing about.
But my thought is you're going to have more product now that can. The more product
Be in
you
front
have,
of people.
the
Forget.
the
It was so
more
good, though.
people will find your product appealing and purchase it.
There are people, death piles. We are the premier purveyors of death pile. We have so much death pile from 25. This channel is called it's called Primo Kimo, but the show, everything's about fracking the horde. It's about killing that death pile. Records. Dozens of boxes, U-Haul boxes filled with records. They just float around our house right now because they're waiting. I'm not going to sit here and list every one by hand. I've been waiting for the magic to happen for about 20 years or so. And I feel like I was just patient, and now the gifts are falling from heavens. And what was the thing? It was the negative about it. And then I was like, not the cost, because the cost isn't the negative. It was making sure that, not putting out more garbage into the eBay stream. That was a concern. And the software right here, the one we were talking about, it's about 99.9% accuracy. The whole point of this software, not only to list it well and easier, is to list it with as much accuracy as possible, therefore hopefully raising the ability for, and I see somebody who was in Josh's chat asking to see like the actual output of
The item
specifics, because if there's item specifics for your listing, they told us over the past years they should all be filled out, and nobody on the planet of this earth is doing that, I don't think. And if you go to your page, to your seller hub, it'll tell you how many of your items, and if you got 2,500 items, ours says 2,499 of them need work on the item specifics. But we filled out all the required ones, just not all the extra ones. So this software promises to fill that out too, making you a bulletproof little baby listing that will sell. Smash it.
There was a YouTuber that was talking about this program, and the other one too that just both came out this weekend, and this YouTuber expressed concern that these programs are just going to encourage people to list more stuff. Crappily stuff. And he said, I'm now we're just going to have to scroll
No,
until
we're
we
not.
find something.
No, because
that-
Cassini best match is still gonna put the top ones, and you know
Well,
where they're gonna be the top
that's
ones?
why we-
The ones with the most item specifics filled out, not the crappiest
Right.
ones.
That's why
Thank you.
That's why I do recommend that if you end up using one of these programs, I mean, List Easier is a program, make sure you're using it to fill out as many of the item specifics as possible, because this will make your item stand out and be easier to locate when buyers are searching.
Right. And that's sort of the promise of all this. Let's continue to say hello to Callie Dubs.
Carla!
Did you see Carla's number 2 with the crown program?
This little guy is
Nice.
just conked out. He's all melted.
We have worked him hard over the weekend by
Flag!
going outside and doing chores and stuff, and he has to be out there and run around and take naps.
He's
exhausted from
he's loving it.
lounging.
Axe Monkey!
Aloha,
Lag.
Lag is here.
John
Carney. Aloha to you. Landshark Picker, Bean Nuds.
Mike G.
Mike G is the G most definitely is number
Yes.
3.
Will you
Mike
be
G.
truly fracking the horde with AI tools? Yes.
Yes, it's going to be so badass. I cannot wait. Somehow certain sounds can take you back to a time in your life when you wanted to run to the kitchen and get a bowl of cereal and sit 3 feet from the tube with that intro. That's awesome. We have that. We have the time machine playing in our heads all the time. So, like out in front yard right now, I've got Snoopy and Charlie Brown. They're waving flags and stuff or something. I don't know why. I just gotta have it. I just gotta pretend like I'm.
Our neighbor was taking.
I'm
pictures
raising
of them.
myself.
They're stinking cute. They're
They are.
so adorable.
They're so cute.
Mike G was saying, nice sale within minutes of the show. Awesome.
I'd appreciate a like, but you don't have to. All you have to do is watch our show. You'll get a like for free. Unlike other channels that require physical movement from your index finger, you just get a free sale just from watching our show. But if you were to like our show, Flippin' and Easy gets a sale too. You might as well just pay it forward. Am I right?
2 birds, 1 stone.
There's Mom there.
Love it.
Biff says 2 weeks ago was my best week of the year. Last week, even better. New niche, new money. My 90 days is on a 30% rise. Now, let me say this.
Well done.
We started the show by saying, yes, well done, by the way. Thank you. Very good. Very good.
Do you want me to pat you on the back?
I sort of
for
do.
Biff?
Yes, yes, please.
Yes.
What I wanted to say is that, so we had this fight from the 9th through the 12th or whatever we decided there. The sales were gone. It just was a huge spike. It was like one of the best sales day ever. Like in our media store, it was like almost a $400 day. 5 days toast, pop back up to a $300 day with this valley. This is totally unnatural. We all know what's going on. Shenanigans. But what's interesting is then I went and looked at my whatever numbers eBay gives you. We'll just pretend like they're actually real. The store that was, both of our lower grade stores or whatever you want to call it, they had the same 5-day weird gap. And one of them's up 48% month over month, and one of them's up 35% month over month. I don't know. I'm telling you numbers. We could still go to Costco, but there were no sales on those days. There was just a gap. It's just a hole. And I've been watching other people, and some people said, yep, having bad sales. And some people are going, nope, had best sales ever. So
how is
obviously
that different
Lighthouse.
than every other day?
Thank you. It's a lighthouse. But like I said,
that.
we did zero listing on like this whole last week. We just blew off watching.
Saturday I did sit there, but
This was me.
I was listing more DVDs, and 3/4 of the DVDs I was listing, it was just adding to the existing listing, adding more inventory to it, because I was like, dang it. And I agree with James, because James was saying when he was testing this new software, List Easier, He was like, oh, the more annoying part, the time-consuming part is checking to see if I already have this item listed.
Oh, right, so you can add to it. Or
and
not.
that is where I'm at with that huge load of brand new DVDs we got. It's more time-consuming for me now to check to see if it's already listed.
I'll check.
Item.
I got the booper. I love booping things.
I'm done with them now.
Well,
except all the cooking-related ones.
I did a good job then. And the manager. Callie Dabs, I have a general store with a hodgepodge of items, and sales have been decent. I'm glad to hear that because I think maybe you were one of them that a week or so ago was saying, "Uh-oh."
Well, she's been having some really good
days
though.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because this should be and you might fall for the old summer slowdown, but I'm refusing to fall for it. So then we did such a huge. We did the press on Saturday. And everything turned around in one day. We blew off doing any work on our stores except for shipping stuff out. For 5 days, it went dead. And then in one day, we went, oh, better get busy.
So the one thing we have, there is for sure 100% a summer slowdown, no matter what, in retail.
Yes, there is.
Just there always
Can
has
you counteract
been, there
it?
always will be.
Yeah.
Now, we have the advantage of
if you give away
selling online, it does not require people to leave their homes. So they can be hanging out on the beach.
That's right.
And shopping on
and
eBay.
Shopping.
So,
but you'd have to sell those items that would appeal to somebody on a beach shopping. So you just got to change your little attitude a little bit.
The thing is the reason why there's a summer
Miss
slowdown.
Lachey resells.
I know. The thing is, with the brick and mortar stores, a person has to cancel their plans or not go and hang out on the beach or go to the pool or go have a picnic because they're now going to be shopping at a brick and mortar store. But with us, you can still do the picnic. You can still do the beach. You can still
It's true.
even do the movie if you want.
That's why we just we're changing everything to bikinis. Apparently, that's what we just sell bikinis.
But Miss Lachey, it's so nice to see you here.
And Mike G says sales were good for me, but that was because of repeat business buyers. eBay is showing my items less for sure, though. I assume that I don't know why we have the valley with two sticks on either side and then nothing in the middle. We got one little tooth hanging out in the middle of that. I assume it's because we literally just lost. We were working outside. We were doing things. We just weren't doing eBay, and they went, "Hey, we're going to motivate you with a little bit of gaming."
Now,
so they gamed us.
There are some people
we needed it
that are say, "Oh, you don't need to list every day." No, you don't necessarily need to list every day, but you need to list at least 4 days out of a week.
I would say that best practices call for
every other day,
a consistent listing.
Yeah,
and whatever that means. If you do it one way and then you start doing it a different way, eBay may tell you you're doing it wrong, especially if you're doing less. And if that's what they told us, I guess we got the message. However, I still think it's probably James and Josh's fault for stringing us out.
Why is Mike saying hi, Mom? Oh,
to my mom. Motorcycle Dork, aloha to you. I'm so glad you're here.
So happy to see you, MD.
Were you going to say you were glad that he was here too?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I like how you shifted. You pivoted in mid-sentence.
And I did see that he commented.
What is this little
he's so freaking
barbecued?
Cute. He did say that for him it would be worth paying $70 a month to be able to list more.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, me too. I mean, I cannot wait for this.
Well, let me just go ahead and say that the competitors app, which is right now you're just looking at two. There are other ones, but they do not. These are forerunners of new or better technologies, although I only know one of them. So I'm saying these two are on the forefront of a new thing. So what was my point? Oh, that was a good point. They're on the forefront. This is new technology.
Well, right. But you also are getting a lot of people going, oh, this is really this.
What? What?
You're also getting a handful of people that are like, this stuff already exists, and blah 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 blah.
It doesn't
But again,
already exist,
this
really.
is
Not
eBay.
really.
This is eBay specific. This is what I had been waiting for. eBay,
Yeah.
eBay specific.
Why do we sell on eBay only? Why do we have we not done Whatnot yet? Why have we just gave lip service to, yeah, we're gonna go on Etsy one day. We have accounts. We've never done it for a couple of reasons. And we've never done Whatnot yet for a couple of reasons. It's because we don't technically need to. And James's video, James Helferstay over on James Helferstay channel, just said the same thing today in his video. It's like, I have always welcomed new technologies, and for some reason, the crunch up of June 2023 has really got me in more of a embattled kind of person. Like, my brain is more about our business. It's much more like I'm at least thinking of it as a business as opposed to just a really awesome hobby that basically paid our salaries. And then it hasn't been like necessarily fun. It's been more work. Like, there has to be a better way. Oh my God. And James was saying that today too. It just hasn't been fun. Somehow they killed the funness of it.
Right.
And maybe it's not supposed to be, but
everyone's been saying you have to work harder for less money now.
I always found eBay fun. I only sell stuff that I love. We still only sell stuff that we like. I think we have a great deal.
I find so much satisfaction in knowing that somebody liked something that we picked out so much that they decided to buy it from us.
Yes.
And I find that is such a compliment.
You will buy our things. And yes, and we love it. We love it.
And I was going to also add that a lot of people are like, oh, well, you can do this yourself. You can create your own crap, your own program, or use tools that are already available out there to do this. The thing is,
or you can pay.
You can.
3 to 7 cents and let somebody else do it.
I'm not going to sit there programming it. I can also paint the exterior of a 3-story house because I know how to paint, but I'm not going to do that either.
You could go rent a cherry picker. We could put on a harness. We could take 2 weeks. We could scrape it down you could pay somebody.
$70 for 1,000 listings. I am so for that. I am excited.
And that is a undersell because it's only $69.99.
Yes,
thank you. 6.9 cents. 2.9 cents to 6.9 cents. There's Josh. Josh is saying it's 3 to 7, and it's not Josh.
You
2.9.
You might need another tier though. Between the 70 and the $300.
This is all brand new and evolving. And those of you who are here in our chat, in Josh's chat, James's chat, in our FAE, whatever, I don't know what you call this, but we definitely have our little corner of the internet, and all the resellers that we all kind of flow through. You're all going to be early. Again, like I'm just repeating what Josh said now. That this is early adoption. I mean, we're here at the forefront of the thing, and who knows what will become of it. Maybe it will be so successful that only the people watching it right now will get 1 million items listed, and then nobody else will. There'll be no more items, and then we beat everybody. What if that's true?
So I want just to feel an ounce of what James feel. Well, okay, it was making me sort of giggle because he was saying
we have an ounce of what James feels. We have a chihuahua rather than a.
He was saying how he got 300 listings up.
Yeah.
Instead of 100 listings up, and he felt so accomplished.
And then he went off and had a Father's Day.
And I'm thinking, I will feel so accomplished with just getting 100.
You'll get 20 up when normally you get 1. It'll be a miracle. It's evolution.
I'm looking forward to doing 100 a day.
Well, I'm just gonna say,
ever do 300, well, that seems like it's.
I'm gonna
so
say this, and I mean
reach,
it really, truly. You are a slow lister. You know who beats you at that?
As you sit there going,
me.
I'm gonna watch this on the.
The only person that's slower than you is me, and I happen to know everything too. I know everything. Like, my fat head is there because it's full of stuff. Some of the more important things, like the fall out the other side. But about reselling, I know everything. There's nothing I don't know. I don't have to look anything up. I know everything. Well, what I'm saying is that I could be a listing machine. I could just be I know everything about everything we have, and what I don't know, I could look
Instead,
up.
he'd rather have me sit there trying to test electronics.
Just like
and I'm
like she's stuck in the mud, on a tricycle, like trying
I'm
to
like
list
having
things,
to
and
go
I'm like,
online and look up stuff.
I'm watching War Games over there for the 6th time.
Yeah, you are. And then you're like, what? What's taking you so long? Well, let's
Greetings,
see.
Professor.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with
What
this
I'm saying
electronics.
is, I've done this gig for 25 years, and I do not enjoy listing. Thank you. I just don't like it, and you can't make me like it.
I'd rather list and not take the photos. The photos is what kills me.
Okay, here's what I was going to say. Now I remember. Thank you. The weave, ladies and gentlemen. Shipping. So let's talk for a second about any sort of question that this technology is going to do something dumb like, I don't know, like just flood the market or whatever, or make too many people join reselling. Like this kind of affects, this one thing, shipping, affects all those negative statements. Shipping is a talent of its own. Like if you want to have people not be mad at you about shipping, you gotta, and it takes time and it takes effort. And it's the one thing, unless Josh is going to make a robot to go along with the software, it's the one, and the pictures are almost robotic because you can press the space button with the document camera if you got the small enough things. But you still got to ship it. People can't handle that part. So and then let's say you start selling twice as many things as you did because you've got, you can't list twice as many stuff and then you get twice as many sales. But you can probably list 10 times as much stuff and get twice as many sales. You got to keep up with that. And if you can't, then you're going to get a spanker.
Wow, we all talk about, though, how eBay sort of monitors
yes.
that. And
that's the metric you can't mess up on.
Even if you were selling brand new iPhones for a penny each and you had 20,000 of them up, eBay's not going to let you sell them all in one day because they know you won't ship them.
They know you probably can't ship them unless they have some idea that you can.
And
but they probably gate shipping. So like big enterprise level, they ungate you to shipping. So they do allow you to ship much more things.
And that is why
which makes sense.
It is important. So, some of us say like, oh, listing every day isn't necessary for you to sell items, but eBay likes to see that activity because they are gauging your activity.
You can't get sales unless you list
listing,
items.
Changing pricing, something.
I'm going to list 1 million
they're judging
items.
our capabilities. They're judging whether we will be able to fulfill an order.
Well, we're proving that through attrition on our one middle store where we're just like, no, I'm not going to list anything. And I will tell you, anything that's of value that you list, any high quality electronic, anything like several $100s, if it's wanted and it's in good condition, sells. And cheaper stuff that just sits there and just and turtles.
I want to
people
list
are buying
easier
like crazy.
Hat.
I want to list easier hat, Josh. My wife says. There's important things. Software, schmoftware. Let's get the merch out.
And Biff was saying, yes, not only do you have to ship, you still have to photograph and research your price unless you just don't care. And
the price lister will probably get more accurate.
Photography is just my thorn in the side. I love the end result, but it stresses me out because I have such a hard time getting the right lighting.
Oh dear, there's some. Hold on, let me
so
go.
Keep going.
I'm gonna read the questions. My question is, Josh, do I need my own API? Let me see if there's any question that doesn't have anything to do with basket noodle. So it's both basket noodle asking the questions.
So read it.
Okay, so the longest looming question is
largest
looming question is how eBay attempts to find a fit within the proxy AI shopping environment, and does AI shopping take off with consumers? Is that the only question? Maybe we can answer that by reading more of these words because there's a lot of them that we can choose from. Dendicor, did we say hi to him? I don't remember. It's been so long.
And we got
boom.
We got a
Matt over at the Dendicor Depot has sent us.
I scribbled out addresses, but look at how he addressed Bam and Primo, baby, let's
Kick
kick
it,
it,
suckers. Yeah, that's right. Oh, we gotta play that. Buckle up.
Kimo, baby, let's kick it, sucker.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go.
Looks like a mosquito bites.
The mosquitoes are
The bugs
vicious.
the bugs are bad here.
Vicious. I was smacking them on my legs with the cell phone, and then there was all these carcasses on my cell phone. That was gross. I don't know why I had to tell you that.
Oh,
Pokes, what is this? A
a
package. You love
very
packages.
excellent packaging job.
Pokey's into packages. He's like, why'd you throw that package over there? Like, it was a perfectly good package.
I need scissors.
Well, while she does that, I'll go ahead and say hi to anybody else. Let's see. Oh, we're so far behind. So gross. I'm starting to think that we are going full circle back to the just list everything mentality. Only now it's less effort.
that.
Oh, for sure. I want to list everything that I own to sell. I'm not just gonna walking down the street
Well,
with
right
a bulldozer.
now we won't only pick the things that we know are going to bring us the most money. We can be like, okay, this will bring us a fair amount of money, so let's list it. Instead, right now we're like, okay, find the higher price things to list.
Well, now we don't add to our piles currently, unless it's a good return. Like it's I mean, we've definitely had some offers in the past month that we are too good to refuse, but they end up just going and sitting on the butt end of the pile. That's not good. If someone could just help us, please, someone. Nice.
A real Hawaiian license plate.
Smells like pineapples. That is awesome. Thank you so much.
I love that.
I'm gonna put that on our spy car on one of the license plates so we can
Oh,
like,
put it on
flip
the
it.
Vespa.
I could put it on the Vespa. It'd be sticking out like that far. That's very cool. Thank you so
Matt.
much. That's awesome. You wonder how does that plate get all the way over here? It's like it came off a
Look,
car.
there's like you see 18 in there? That's interesting.
That's the year it was issued, probably.
Ah.
Is there like a King Kamehameha or something in lasers in here too?
Yeah, there's like
How do you see that?
a weird
Ooh,
laser.
you have to see it on the angle. That's so cool. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. That's so thoughtful.
Den Decor is listing everything already. Let's see. For business people, it's 2 point. Thank you. Well,
Right, 3
it's
cents.
2.99 cents. Nine.
Oh, jeez.
It's 2.99 with the line on
He's
the
so
side.
funny because he
It's
always
important.
gets annoyed with me when
Yeah,
I'm like,
because you're saying it.
oh, it's 11 after 2. And he'll be like, why don't you just say 10 after?
Yes,
So
6.9.
now
See?
you're saying
6.9. This is not a
WTF,
joke.
Aloha.
Aloha, WTF. You guys are just talking about the price. Biff number 3 in the chat. I already played this game with postcards and scanning. I saw the category tank, and now I don't bother anymore. I'm blowing out all my existing products for nickels today instead of pennies tomorrow. That's how you do
Yeah,
it.
good.
See the future. My noodle. Mike G says, don't forget eBay states they can show or not show your items, throwing thousands of average items when I help you grow into your store. This is true. I mean, look, the modern rules of eBay that changed a few years ago hold true. Nothing's going to change that. But let's say that you had a problem and you started your own media store. And then over the course of a year, you got that media store up to $100. Let's just take a number out of the air. $100 a day. And you felt real good about that. And then you got 10,000 pieces of media. And then you're like, I don't like to list that stuff. It's a joke. But yet you've got this store. And then if you could just take the stuff and put it in the store, and then it would sell, and then you get rich. Thank you. So that's what we're doing. You know, what's funny is I have no idea. By the time I get to the end of my sentence, I have no idea where I started.
That happens to me a lot
It's
too.
just like, what am I talking about?
I forget where I was going or
We're
where
going
I
on an
started.
adventure, and even I don't know where that's going Biff, and we've moved into a category, and I've moved into a category that AI will absolutely struggle with as a technique. Biff is very methodical. Miss Lachey, how many of the 10K books would you guesstimate you've listed? Are most of them non-barcoded? Most of them are non-barcoded. That's part of it. And then
how many have we listed? I don't know.
well, we know. Okay, let me think if I can think this. Let me think if I can think. So,
Miss Lachey, we have
well, I'm not so,
hundreds of boxes left.
Okay, yeah, we started out with about 220 boxes.
Oh, okay.
So up on the wall where we've put all the ones that we've already listed, I would say we have like 40 boxes.
Yeah.
So we have like 200 boxes of books.
And I
to
have
list.
seriously
And that might not be
paused doing anything with the books.
Because it makes her sneeze and it goes so slow. It's annoying. And we're waiting for magic. Thank you.
And just to list,
and the magic is here.
List more things that, if they sell, it's like, higher dollar items.
But thankfully, we found a whole bunch of new DVDs to sell. So she's been busy with that. And then we found this little nugget
and the DVDs.
mine.
But as soon as we are able to use this program, we're
going to get married.
I just want to
we're
be
already married.
The media person.
You're the media person.
Do all the media. I just want to do all the media.
You sort of already do.
You can.
No, you're going to do all of the everything.
Other stuff.
And I'm going to go to Miami. Thank you.
I just want to do media.
You got to do everything. You're the low man on the totem. There's only two of us. Well, there's both. That sucks to be the low man on the totem when there's only two. How do you ever make it ahead? How do you ever get ahead? How do you do it? You get list easier.
Right, and the book, I don't know if you already answered. The books, the majority are not barcoded.
I did. I said that, but that is the hardest part because otherwise I could have listed them already. Our records are all old. So it's old jazz and rock and roll that doesn't have barcodes. I mean, not all of it, but most of it. Because if it had barcodes, I probably, not all of it, but I would have sold it. And also, just so you know, because I know Miss Lachey likes books, it's all from one professor. So it's not just books, like we go out and buy books and then throw them on a pile. It is just one purchase, one lot, one library from one professor, and he was a professor of film, and his focus was horror. So it's a particularly good.
You know what you just made me wonder?
Library.
Thank you. With this list easier, is it going to have that field for the condition description? Because you can do a drop down and select if it's used.
In some cases,
whatever.
AI can tell if something was damaged. Remember how we just did the basics up on the we did some like testing, and then it said. This record had a scratch on it or something. Like it was
that was
able
like
to
on eBay. What was that on?
We were using I think we were just using ChatGPT.
It was List Perfectly, and we were like, oh wow, this is great. And then when we actually went to use it to list stuff, it just did not.
We tested List Perfectly's AI end of last year before they bumped the price up to $150 a month or whatever it is. We took the free month. We got the coupon code from Nurse the Cat Flipper, and we tested it out. I think we had it for 2 months because I didn't do enough testing, so I had to pay for it for 1 month. But then at the end of the year, that's when it jumped up from like $60 to $160, and it could not list our items. It just couldn't. One thing or another couldn't list our items, and for sure it wasn't doing titles.
It was just a nightmare.
It really wasn't much better.
It's almost worse when you have to go back and find what they missed instead of just starting from scratch on your own.
I do see that that's still a concern for people because they've seen how that first generation of AI tools worked, or if it is the first generation, maybe it's the second generation. I don't know what it is, but that List Perfectly is junk. Just so you know.
And
nobody paid me to say that. And maybe it's changed too. So this is 6 months later.
With List Easier, because with these books, our description for every one of these books that we list, the large body description says the same thing on every single one of these books. And we use the item specifics and the condition description box to point out the unique things about each book. And I'm wondering if with List Easier, if that main large body description, if you can have it auto-populate that same description on everyone when you're doing a bulk listing.
Well, like James did, he put in CD into the CD slot so the AI doesn't need to go look. So it saves time in little bits and bytes.
So I wonder if you're doing a bulk, if you
can just overwrite it.
Yeah,
you
but
overwrite.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to overwrite the description. I want it to automatically be there because we have it set for 10,000
What are you saying?
books.
Explain yourself. I know what you're saying because I know what we do. When we have the books, it has just a set description. I don't know. I don't understand why you're so
his program
confused.
be able to do that because List Perfectly.
It's the easiest thing in the world. Who cares?
List Perfectly didn't. I had
I don't know what
to
you're
go
talking
and
about.
change it. The description. I had to go and change it to
So
say our.
let me just tell you
description.
something. It doesn't matter who does it. Let's say that this program doesn't do it. But you save them as drafts in eBay. You select all of them, 2,000 listings, and you replace the description.
No,
it's
I
that
wanted
simple.
to do it automatically.
Okay. Please, somebody put that on nobody's wish list. Thank you. It either works or it doesn't, but that's not. Thank you for your question. Let's move on.
The point is,
you've been completely
I don't want a
obsessed with that
reason to have
question.
to- I don't
know
want a
why you're
reason-
asking that question
I don't
over and
want a
over.
reason to have to go in and now
Sweetheart,
edit things and change.
you're gonna
things.
have to look at
I
things and
know.
edit. Okay?
Okay.
You're gonna it's a tool, not a panacea. It doesn't fix everything, but it's gonna fix
But if you want the
95%.
same
Here's the
description
thing.
for 10,000
It's
books.
so simple. I would just do it in eBay drafts. Just all at once. Boom, done. One thing. One thing.
For 10,000 books.
10,000 books. Wow, you probably have to. I think you could
So
select
you gotta
10,000.
delete what it created.
No,
and put
absolutely not.
Or
You just go
or
right.
you just have to go.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
forget it.
No, that's
Stop.
it.
I don't
We are
wanna
going to
talk about
stop
it anymore.
this program. We're putting.
I forgot that people.
You're
are
on hold.
watching.
Well, I show Bridget because this is.
I was
You're so
thinking that-
annoying that now we have to do this.
No.
So you go in, here's your listings. No, I'm nice. Look how gentle I am. I'm a teacher. I have a teacher personality. Look at me. I hate teaching. Everyone should know everything. Okay, so you go into listings here. Here's your listings. You can do this. You can edit your listing selected. You can select up to 2,000 listings at once.
Your voice is so loud in my ear.
Because I'm yelling over the hold music that's playing. So you can do up to 2,000 at a time, but I wouldn't do that. I would just edit the selected for this portion of our test. And then I'm not showing you what we're doing here, but because nobody else wants to know the answer to this, only you do. So then you
So
go.
why are you even talking about it? You can show
Because
me
you
after.
you had to bring it up, so now we're gonna get it done. Oh, whoops. So then you select.
Please don't do anything that's live.
Select them all. Go down to. I can't believe you don't know this.
Oh, right. You can do.
See, you just forgot that you knew this. That's the problem with you. Oh, item description right there. And then you just come in here and you go add to the beginning, add to the end, change to. And you just write in your replaces them all.
Thank you.
You're like in 1997 over here.
I am.
Thank you.
Well, this is because you do most of the listing.
You have witnessed me teaching. It will not happen again. Thank you.
All right, now get out of there. Make sure you didn't change anything.
What if I just submit this?
Yeah.
No. Cancel. You wanted me to submit it. Oh, but then now I'm trapped in the syntax of cancel, exit. Which one? Did I do it right? Thank goodness. Back to the chat.
Yeah,
You
actually,
owe everybody 5 minutes.
I never knew that you could do a whole description and just apply that to however many listings you selected. Never knew that.
This is what I'm dealing with over here, people. You don't feel sorry for me. I'm okay. I think there's 5 different
still.
ones. Still what?
Can this program just do it for us?
No. I mean, if it can, but it's not a big deal. It doesn't need to.
Yeah, I see. I see how easy it is now. So thank you for pointing
It's
that
list
out.
easier, not list easiest. You know, it's just kind of which incremental steps.
Team Josh, yes. Like was saying, Team Josh.
Team Josh, yes, we're on Team Josh over here.
And let's have
And I've been,
a kiss ass moment here.
Sure, let's get some ass.
And
Pucker up.
Let's just say thank you so much for doing this. And thank you to James for
Testing.
being.
Shout out to
I know it's been stressful.
Super
for
Dave
them.
and Travis the Brain. And we found out today Spencer and somebody else.
Oh, right. She's been testing it. And
mystery fourth person.
He said that Dave.
Fifth person.
Dave also is.
Yes, but there's, I think,
Oh,
isn't it makes 5 people that we know names of? Secret names. But anyway, thanks to all the crew over at List Easier for bringing this. First of all, for doing it. Second of all, for bringing it to our community here. Third of all, for making it for taking the time to make it a good product. Fourth of all, for some other reasons. How far do you want to take the ass kissing moments here? But we don't know what we're dealing with yet, so let's just keep that in mind. We have never touched the product. I have not gotten my hands dirty. I can see what's happening. I feel like my hands are James's hands. And I feel like I know exactly what I'm going to be.
We're listening vicariously through James.
That's right. And I feel like I know what I'm going to get once it's here. And James is a good teacher, especially through the demonstration. And if true statement was made that on the first day it's free, I think that's a good idea because I think it's it's going to be great that it's a free day, but I can't imagine everything's going to stay running if everybody gets free 1 million listings. But we'll see.
Is that okay? That's confirmed.
Well, he said it, but he also said
Okay.
you got 25 million listings for $2 at first. But
I heard him say on the
straightened that
first
out.
day you get free listings. I heard one sentence. You maybe heard
The rest of
I
it?
was going in and out of listening.
Of consciousness. Yeah, what happens is that
I heard him say you get free listings, but right, is it 10 or is it unlimited that first day?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll leave that
I
open.
was interpreting it as the 10.
Maybe it is 10. That would make sense because, boy, if somebody really was good at it already and just went,
Yeah.
you could really flood the system. That's right.
They bring in every family member. Take pictures. Come on, everyone.
We've got 24 hours to list 1 million items. Mr. Say, I showed up early to be first all the time. It's the reseller way.
She's so funny. She says, I voted for Spain to have a slap sound effect.
For the what?
A slap.
Whoops. We're so far behind. It's like, why even bother?
You still have an hour, dear. Oh, and look at that. Like clockwork. Look.
Oh, we froze?
Yeah.
I don't know why it's still doing that. It has nothing to do with
Quirky Picker Chad. Aloha.
with the actual thing. It's kind of fun. It reminds me of what's going on here. Keeps me like timed.
Yes, and that's what's great is
Like
that
an OBS easier.
we are
app,
seeing in regards to James, he's saying, however, you have seen List Easier working, and that is what is so great. He is doing it. We are seeing in action how a eBay seller will be using it.
Yeah.
And
How a seasoned person who's used to production of how he's going to use it.
And we're seeing firsthand. He's like, oh wait, oh yeah, this maybe needs to be tweaked, and that's what's great is to have real people that are eBay users beta testing this.
Yeah, Biff, I agree with you. Tech wanted to become a billionaire at 50 cent cost. It's kind of speaks to his character and true intentions. I mean, I don't know what his software is, what it's offering. He came in a little hot just to be first, which It's cheesy, a little cheesy, but look, I came into this whole, our channel started the day that Tech and Chris Lynn broke up. Upon their breakup, we started doing eBay.
Yeah, so you were a cheese ball too.
So yeah, I'm a big cheese. I'm like the ball with the nuts on the outside. I'm not that full, but I'm like the burgundy one. It's got a little like red, gross stuff on it. And
But there's a lot of damage control though when you're, out there sort of pushing and gloating or whatever,
look, there's a Tech. There's
it's
a
not
couple things I really
working.
like about Tech. There's some things I think are a little whatever. It's like everybody. I really like the fact he's a self-made man, and there's.
I respect that 100%, and I think.
But I also think that
he's a good person.
Acclimated to yeah. I don't know. I'm not a good teacher. So I just can't. I could never even
He
think
has
of
a
myself as
different
charging for
style.
teaching.
It's not appealing to everyone. That's
Well,
his style.
it's only appealing to noobs, is my point. Taking advantage of new people and taking advantage in not a terrible way. I'm just saying you're orienting your business to take advantage to capitalize upon a demographic, let's say. And I think capitalizing upon noobs is, I don't mind showing noobs how to do stuff, but charging noobs is not my favorite way to do
devil's
things.
advocate. We don't know what he has invested in this.
No, that's not the noobs though. I'm talking about his normal garbage. Come on and talk to me about eBay reselling.
And then maybe
that part,
his price would go down. I mean, especially now that we see List Easier's pricing. I don't know why anyone would use the other one.
I don't know what he's
so
getting charged.
Expensive.
It's $49 a month plus 50 cents a listing. I'll just go ahead and say
It's
that.
100
Could
listings.
change though. We don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Everything's
it might.
hearsay and conjecture.
And it could be because he's trying to recoup some of the money that he's invested. Who knows?
Well, that's how you do business.
Well,
but
right.
I don't.
But Josh and his crew for List Easier,
they're taking a completely different tact on that.
They're not right. They're just trying to give you a good deal.
Basically rewarding the
tacking on
early adopters,
Yeah.
as opposed to penalizing them. And then because the way that the other program is priced, you might find that the price is stopping people from adopting. Then they're going to have to lower it, and then the first adopters get screwed. And I'm not going to be those suckers.
I know with my photo room app, it's like up to like $100 or more
And
now.
you're still grandfathered
and
in?
I am
Like $1.25?
grandfathered into a really good price. So I make sure that I always renew my
I have to jump
subscription.
ahead because Bridget wasted so much of our time learning how to do basic eBay skills.
Oh, please.
Where's that slap sound effect? Oh my gosh.
Ryan! Forgot it was Monday.
Aloha, Ryan. Welcome to the party. We're talking out of our butts a little bit. We're talking about things
Ryan,
we do know
I
about.
was
We're talking about
laughing-
things we don't know about.
Ryan, I was laughing so hard with
Ed.
Ed's show when he was reading that recipe.
He was
He's
he was reading this
forget it.
complicated pizza recipe, a lot of ingredients, and then he was just like, "No, this is too long."
I
He's in the
loved
middle
it.
of his radio show.
I was laughing
He's just
so
like,
hard my
I
chest
know.
was hurting. And Ryan, we were watching some of your YouTube
We never
video.
figured out how to make that pizza.
YouTube video you were talking about like action figures and toys. And it was actually very soothing and relaxing. I was enjoying it.
So Pitco, the reason why this is I said this before, but this is just the kind of thoughts that are going through my head. Excuse me. A flood coming, and when you say that, a flood of merch hitting the market. Now, the reason why eBay created a new search algorithm was to combat that. It's already happened. eBay's filled with garbage. More garbage in there, I don't think is going. It's just gonna like maybe just make the
there
river
was a
bigger.
flood in 2020 also,
But
you know?
but you have
those people
still
have
the
fallen
good
off.
stuff rises to the top. The cream rises. So the way Best Match is orientated is to promote Best Match is to promote the best items. So even though more garbage will be entered, you're already in a sea of garbage. We're already in the trash compactor. You know, the monster's coming up. He's going to eat the guy who's lowest down there. I'm just saying that I think that when you have the higher quality listings, which the software also offers the ability to have the highest quality listing, not just a whole bunch of them. So I think that's probably something I think the guys will. I can't wait to play with it, so I can tell you myself that it's not just quantity, it's quality and quantity. It's both. That's my understanding. Thank you.
Well, I'm wondering too if this is where we're going to start seeing more people niching.
Well,
Because to use these
yeah,
programs,
I think so.
think they're going to work best for people that have bulk of the same item.
I think that niching is already best practices for resellers, and this is going to help you and guide you more nichely. But I think niches are, I think in general, what you see is, department stores don't work anymore, but niche stores still work. So, I think ultimately the best practice is to get there. Jen, JRKI, aloha, how you doing?
I just need to quickly address Doug, and I see James is addressing. Doug says, I'm confused. Are the AI tool that Josh and James are using different than text? Yes.
Who's asking that?
Doug.
Oh, really? Our major win? Doug?
It is different.
Doug, where have you been all my life?
It is different. Josh has developed with a
Official software has been released.
List Easier. It is in beta right now. James is one of the public beta.
He's an eye baiter. That sounds about James. James the eye baiter.
He is doing it so that we all can see, but there's other beta testers for Josh's program List Easier that we don't know, but James is the one for all of us to see. Tax is completely different. He launched his seemingly without really doing a lot of beta testing, and so it isn't totally working all that well from what we've gathered, but I'm sure he's working nonstop too, trying to get all the kinks worked out, I'm guessing.
No offense, but AI will be for those who use it in reselling for a short while, but then there will be a glut of new sellers because it will be so much easier. You are creating more competition. Well, again, I'll tell you this. I mean, I don't consider myself, We're
coming from the seller perspective.
I got this yarn at Joann's sale. I'm very happy with this yarn. It's got multiple colors. I'm going to use it as laser beams for my X-Wing fighter. I just needed a second to digress. Thank you.
Thank you.
No. Well, so here's the deal. Yes and no. I think yes to your first part of your question. When will we use it? Well, I don't know, because I can't tell the future. All I can say is I got 10,000 of this, 10,000 of that, 10,000 of that. I need to get it up. What's the most important thing in the world? Get my stuff on the internet so people can sell it and not make me sad by me having to do it all by hand. Those are the requirements here, and that's what I am going to do. Now, I don't know what's going to happen after that. Am I going to go out and find more and more and more product? Yeah, I guess I am. How am I going to do that? I don't know technically how that's going to happen. Are new people going to come into the market? Yes, but the experience of reselling is still not easy. Shipping, sourcing is the easiest thing. Listing is annoying. Shipping is horrible.
Can we also,
especially to noobs?
Let's also acknowledge too that, people that do this as their full-time job, there is a stress level to that most people cannot handle.
You can't handle it, can you?
No, it's very difficult.
She can't handle it. Look at her.
There's a lot of comfort
can't handle
in having a regular paycheck that you know what it's going to be every week. And
you couldn't handle this without me for sure.
Someone having a company, a business owner paying for your insurance.
Can I ask this question though?
So not everyone.
You can handle it because you have me.
Yeah, I would not be doing this if.
That's my question.
I would not be
sitting
doing
at your job. Would you ever have been able?
I would maybe be doing it part-time as a hobby, but I would also not find a need to be buying a program to make it easier
not as
for
a
me
hobby.
If I was doing this just as a side thing, just to get some extra cash.
I got to get all my stuff up and get sold and retire. Thank you. Wait.
But there might be an influx for sure in the beginning, just like in 2020 there was an influx of people because no one had everyone
That
was
was a very
stuck at home and
That's a
had nothing
very
else to do.
particular thing that isn't going to happen
No,
again.
it won't. But just anything new, people test it out, try it, and then go, oh yeah, okay, it's not really for me, or oh, it takes too much work, or oh, I thought this was going to be way easier. But exactly, you still need to take pictures, you still need to pack, you still need to provide customer service.
And
Answer
Jen saying
questions.
there's already enough competition. Well, there is, but it's gonna change. I definitely wouldn't be scared, Jen. Not at this time. Like I said on our last show, that there's a big space between Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. It's a big space of things to go on. And if you subscribe to some of these like fourth turnings and all these things, it's generation, 20 years. It took 20 years for Main Street to disappear. Maybe, these things don't happen overnight. Revolutions in industry don't happen overnight. There's a lot of people that have to go through. New sellers aren't necessarily going to adopt this. We at the beginning who adopt it first are going to have a much bigger leg up than those who come along second. You kind of want to be first. But I was first in a district. I mean, as far as I was talking to district when they first came out. And I was, and then Whatnot too. I didn't get $2,000. They were giving away $2,000 if you did something on Whatnot. I can't remember what it was. I didn't even get that because I didn't do it because I'm just like, I just gotta focus on one thing, eBay. So this is the first thing that's come along that's gonna make my eBay life better.
And
not just leaving eBay.
I just want to add too that
you may
the reseller community has its own fads. And you remember when it was, nuclear resets, doing resets all the time.
Remember how some genius came up with that word?
And then it was
for something that everybody had already done.
Everyone needs to be cross-listing now. How many people have we
never done it. We've never done it. We don't do it.
Say that they pretty much just don't bother anymore because to
people
use a cross-list
try it and they don't.
Tools, it wasn't worth the sales they were getting on other sites. So
So what you're saying is we are super. So we're not recalcitrant or we're not slackers. What we are is cautiously optimistic, but then just wait and see if it really works.
So our community has its own trendy, fatty things that happens. People test it out, whatever.
What if I went and sold all of our Atari cartridges over on Whatnot to Mike G for $1 a piece? Well, now she moved the stuff out of the road, so I can maybe go find it.
He's gonna part the
Red
Sea.
But here's the thing: is if we sold them all to Mike for $1 on Whatnot, we couldn't sell them for $2 on eBay. Listing them with software that will list them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much they'll sell for. I'm just saying, selling them on Whatnot, we're losing money. Selling them, being able to list them on eBay because it's easier.
A quick aloha to Ao, and late to the show, but I look forward to seeing what AI listers can do for us. It took me 8 years to hit 50,000 listings.
Who did?
Kelly.
Kelly, aloha, Kelly.
If I can get another 50,000,
got 50,000 listings, I'm like,
boing. Yeah,
that's a lot of listings.
Sounds like you'll be needing to do the enterprise program
enterprise
on
level.
List Easier, which you will have to contact them to figure out the pricing.
Yeah, I mean 8 years. 8 years with to hit 50,000 while selling stuff, of course.
Yeah,
which is part of the frustration. Okay, here's good point. Oh, that's a beauty. So think about when we work the hardest and we're totally in the zone and we're listing things and stuff is selling. And then I listed 10 things and 20 items sold. No, because yes, I made some money. I can go to Costco. We can do some fun stuff. But guess what? We're 10 items down now. We need to list 10 more items. So finally, there's a possibility we can list faster than we can sell in those times.
That's what I am looking forward to.
Yeah.
Where you could just be like, and not like, oh no, quick, I gotta
We've
get more
definitely
up.
reached
Right now
whatever resale
below-
nirvana is, which is to put up as many items as we sell. I don't know why that works. We just put up good items and then they sell. But I want to put up way more than could potentially sell so I don't have to do it as often. Right?
Yeah.
Is that what I want?
Well, right. There's always this anxiety, like, oh my god, I gotta get more listed. Oh no, oh god, I gotta list. More.
I've totally learned to deal with that because I don't even
And
feel it anymore.
if we have a day where we don't list, so last week
We didn't list
I
at all.
had a ton of anxiety because
But we still didn't list.
I feel so anxious when
because
we aren't
of
listed.
James and Josh, they made
Oh,
us.
stop it.
It's all I got love to cry.
You know, Beard is here and he's probably now gone because we are so behind.
Oh, he's gone now. Yeah, that's right.
He's sad. He's disappointed that Todd has music and he doesn't.
Okay, we do have notes for Beard's noise. So I guess we got to work on that. But we add him slowly. Where's Paul? Was Paul here?
Yes, in the beginning.
Paul just got his noise just like a few weeks ago.
I hope he's okay.
Did he say he wasn't?
He only commented once
Oh,
in the
dear.
beginning.
That must, yeah.
He's pulling a beard.
People shouldn't drive drunk, but they do. Why? Because it makes driving a little more fun. Sellers won't double check their AI and be responsible. Just having all the item specifics filled out isn't going to automatically pass. Please, Cassini. It will if they're the right ones. Right? It'll please it more.
You know,
because each item specific has a list of possible entries into it. So if it absolutely can increase the potential reach of your item, or I don't know how they mess with it all. But specifically, if you have more, they said if you have more exact item specifics, it will elevate the quality of your listing. I do.
I think I will trust List Easier's AI item specifics than I would eBay's. So I thought with all those brand new DVDs that we have that are barcoded, I was like, oh my goodness, we're gonna be able to get these all listed in like no time. Well, no, because
Ryan's down.
And I didn't even have to take pictures. I didn't have to take pictures because a lot of them had stock photos on eBay. And I still, though, was going in and looking at the item specifics and like, I don't know, having to trust what data other people entered in.
Well, you don't trust it. It's bad.
No, so
actually.
I was having to go through
Most
and
of it's
delete
bad.
things going, I don't know if that's
Why does the book say it's a DVD? Why? Who would do that? Who would do that? Why would you say your book's a DVD? Why? I just need to know. I honestly do want to know. I mean, it's so easy to have that done in just 1 millisecond and then 500,000 people copy your ad. I mean, I know how it happens, but I'm curious why eBay let it happen. Why wouldn't they just nuke those item specifics? They can do anything they want. Why not clean up their own database? Is what I have to wonder, but I don't. Because I already know.
John is here.
John, aloha.
He's working while we're watching. Remember, he's on tonight at
Flip it ain't easy.
6 p.m. Eastern,
Flip it
3
ain't
p.m. Pacific.
Where they're gonna serve you a fresh
poo-poo platter.
Flip it ain't easy.
James says maybe the best thing about the listing AI is that all the negative people will move on and find a job at Jack in the Box. Which, by the way, if you have a job at Jack in the Box, send me some coupons. I love those tacos. Midnight tacos in the middle of the day. I can do it anytime. I love Jack in the Box is what I'm saying. I mean, I could use some better making. Isn't that funny how we all like, I didn't even read the second part of his question. Like Biff and
we don't
I.
have Jack in the Box here.
We don't, but but in California we did. I mean, I could use someone better making my tacos. See, when you mention Jack in the Box, there are people out there who can taste taco. You say Jack in the Box, taco flavor comes in my mouth.
Jack in the Box does
That
tacos.
doesn't sound right. Don't repeat what I just said.
Pitco is lurking.
At number one. That puts you to number one. Good job.
Oh, well done.
I'm having a summer throwdown. It's a state of mind. Yes, last year I didn't want to reuse my term. Is it a summer slowdown or a summer hoedown? Because our sales were up 36 and 48 or whatever the numbers were in each store. Even though last week we had that negative valley, the last 30-day numbers are up considerably. So I just can't.
Lag is lagging.
Yep.
Lag be lagging.
The lags be lagging. Okay, I'm trying to just jump a little bit ahead.
Mike
Mike Seller!
Seller!
Aloha!
Oh,
Sorry, Don Flippin. I'm not sure what I was talking
do you
about.
mean a new
at that
listing not end and sell similar?
I'm not sure what I was saying at that moment.
Okay.
Because I try to end some similar, and to me that is listing every day. Oh, I got you. Okay, I know what you're saying. Should be, could be.
Yeah.
Should be, could be. Now, when we end and sell similar, inevitably a couple of items come up and sell that weren't. They were just sitting there. So those are items not new, but
They get a new eBay item ID though.
for sure. I'm just saying there's just slacky items that have been there for months or something, and then a couple of them will pop up and get sold through a reset. But definitely, if we take 10 really like nice things that we want to put into a store and do a reset, we see like tremendous movement. Again, I wish you could just have a list of things to sell on eBay, but part of the magic is it doesn't have a rule book in the sense that it does have a rule book. In that rule book, there's a lot of people who do videos that'll tell you the rule book. And it's, the joke that we've always made. It's remotes, it's massagers, and it's whatever. But there's no doubt that those were the things that sold at the time. I don't even know if those are still good. Are they? Are those things still good? Like it probably changes.
No clue.
Yeah, we don't have any clue. Because we're focused and niched in our own. I've been doing it for 25 years, and my niches are my enjoyable hobby. I guess hobbies were the drive originally.
B Nudes was saying we may see eBay respond to shopping AIs having to put forth price competitive like Amazon, as that's going to be huge in market share with shopping AIs.
I agree, Basket Nudes, and this is what I was thinking about that, is that what's different between Amazon and here is that, let's say there's some trend that comes out and like a Tron movie, say, and you need to sell the Tomy Tron toys from 1982. There's a run on them. Well, they're not new. So what kind of makes it cool is then eBay gets an Amazon-style buy box that spreads those sales out amongst multiple people. So if there's a run on an item, if you're at Amazon and you own the buy box, one person gets 50,000 sales. Well, at eBay, if there's a run and they're using AI software and everyone's focused on the same item, sort of thing, and then 20 people have those, or everybody's only got one of them. So then you're going to hit 50 different people rather than one person with a whole bunch of sales. You're going to have a whole bunch of people with a sale. So in that case, I could see shopping apps. Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Okay, so we're going to stop. We're going to slow it way
No, please don't.
down.
We're gonna slow this way down. Okay, so let's say
Please no.
What I'm saying is just simply that the AI shopping app, so if it's for a brand new product, you're still going to go to Amazon with the AI shopping app. But let's say people actually want a used thing. But not one seller has 50 of the used thing. Everybody's got one of them. So then the shopping AI is saying, go to eBay and buy this one thing. 50 people are going to benefit from it. If it's a new item, one person's going to benefit from it.
You don't need to be explaining it for my benefit.
You told me to.
No, I did not.
Super annoying. Not you, just saying those words because I like saying those words sometimes. I say them a lot. I need the bubble above my head. The thought one. It's super annoying. Thank you.
I just look at eBay. Yes, with eBay, there are more and more businesses coming in that sell like bulk, brand new barcoded items. But I feel like eBay still hangs on to their roots, which was secondhand,
Global garage sale?
collectible type stuff.
I wish we could send our eBay listings to customer by sharing the link inside eBay message. Yeah, Don Flippin.
Don.
I think they did something recently with
So-
links, I think.
So
maybe.
this is what I was reading that
70% accurate. That's what we aim for over here.
I was reading that well, for one, you supposedly are able to have links in your listings or share a link to your listing, but I was reading from on I don't know one of the boards something where a UK seller was saying that they shared a listing to a potential buyer using the share button in their listing, and that this person ended up purchasing the item, and the seller got charged a promo fee. And it seems like eBay is changing the links to
The link to your item is to the promoted item?
yeah. So I don't know.
On eBay.
So I heard that if you are trying to share a link to your item, you need to copy the URL and paste it, and not
Becca
not
Lifestyle,
use.
thrifting, crafting, aloha. Wait,
Hope
did you
everyone's
actually-
having a good day.
Did you actually give you said that if you're going to do that, share a link, then you...
But that may not be what Don Flipping is trying
Oh,
to
okay.
do. But yes, if you are, you should copy the URL, copy and paste it.
I
But
see.
maybe eBay is now totally eliminating our ability to
I hope so.
to use links, because they are trying to get, if you have promoted items, they want to make sure that they are getting the promo fees
Becca,
from
I
them.
hope you're having a great day as well. Welcome to the Monday show. We're talking about very important things. We're
If
way
you're
behind on the
still
chat.
here.
And we're slow. Lag ordered a Tesla robot to put Josh's brain into. Melty. Biff says, Basket Noodle says, what is pretty much assured is if shoppers AI really take off, consumers are going to dictate a whole lot more buying terms and power. For sure. And I'm fine with that. You know, Basket Noodle, what I like is when our niche is collectible one-offs of high value. Our main store's ASP is $668. And I'm never going to compete with anybody except for people on that like I guess you have to advance as a business, because this is forcing the hand in some cases. But it just is going to make you be a better reseller, I think. I mean, you'll spend less time getting stuff that isn't going to work for you. You'll spend more time and more money trying to find good stuff that does work for you. You'll have to hone your talents a little bit. But at the same time, you know, like if you're going to do something like, I'm just going to throw out people's names at this point. Like, no, I'm not. I don't know what I'm going to do. But if you do a different type of reselling, not Amazon returns or something, but that other section where you're selling cat toys, Chinese crap that you sell by the bulk. If you're selling that on eBay, yeah, I think you're going to have more trouble in the future with AI shoppers and these things. But if you're in the antique, collectible, limited quantity, anything with limited quantity, which is where we are in all cases, and basically anything we sell.
Except the DVDs. So in our media, we'll have multiples, but
They're
everything
new.
else
They're
we
new
do not
DVDs.
have
We won't sell
multiples.
used ones. And I think that's niching, right? Isn't that sort of almost niching? Because, yeah, we sell DVDs, but only brand new ones, and actually only PBS ones. So it's like kind of totally niched. But I don't think that we're going to be caught by an AI shopper they're not going to determine our price, because we're already determining our price, which is more expensive than anybody else. Why? I guess mostly because of our reputation. So I think that's still going to be important. And I could tell you other stories about how I'm really upset with eBay buying stuff. I'm not going to.
Yeah, you know, and I'm thinking, what's more of a threat to resellers? I think it's Google Lens and these apps out there where you can just like scan or photograph something. A woman in one of the boards I'm in was saying, what the heck app was this person using where I was at a thrift store and they were taking a photo of the tag and instantly either throwing the item in their cart or putting it back on the rack. And they were like, what app is that quick? And what is telling them just from a tag whether it's worth buying or not? Those are the things that I think are going to have more of an impact on
Wait, what did you say? I wasn't listening.
resellers than AI assisting
I was
listing
reading.
tools.
Well, this is good. So you like my hat? You like your shirt? Tell AI you'll pay $3 for the hat, $8 for your shirt. You won't get it because that's hopefully underbid. So I guess first of all, you still have to pay the right amount. You know, let me just talk for a second about. We've been doing basket needles. I assume you've been on eBay forever and ever and always, right? What about esnipe.com? We e-sniped. I just do it manually now. I mean, I guess I used to buy a lot more on eBay, but you know, it's like
well, most things are now buy it now, right? We
they're
don't see
buy
a
it
lot
now.
of auctions anyhow.
But if I will definitely, if I want something, especially like a collectible toy, I'll go out and look for auctions that might end at a time period where I can watch them and try to snipe. Like I will try that, but for the most part, the hassle, it's much easier just to buy something for a few bucks more and just own it. So I really don't think, I think AI is going to increase the flow of business if you are operating either selling or wanting to buy lower quality products. I don't know how to describe that. If you're gonna go with the, like, especially new products are gonna have a whole new world, right? New products. But used products are still going to be, I don't think a lot's going to change over here, are they? I mean, for new stuff, yeah, these AI shoppers and stuff, good. I want stuff cheaper.
All
So
right,
that's
let's
fine.
Get more comments. It's 2:34.
You're very bossy today.
Am I?
Oh, yeah. We're going to have a couple conversations over a steak after this. Actually, I would like a steak tonight. Can I have that? Can we go to Costco?
That's up to you. I'm not eating steak.
You never do. You ate some bulgogi the other day, though. You had some bulgogi.
Some what?
The Korean. The bulbul.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Bulbul.
But that's little teeny pieces.
It's true. Okay, I gotta I'm not reading anybody's questions anymore. I mean, wait, Becca. I'm only reading some of them.
Becca, lifestyle, thrifting, crafting.
Listing every day on eBay is what built eBay. Who's to say it will not be a resurgence? 2003. Exactly. I'm so far behind. I'm so sorry. Especially people who aren't used to how far behind we get. This is pretty typical. And I always have to remember what we were talking about. But yeah, it's definitely still a smart practice to be listing every day. Do we follow it? No. I'm not saying we follow anything that's positive, but I'm just saying we know what we're supposed to do.
Heyo, aloha.
Aloha. Heyo. I gotta click this, and then we go all the way up.
WTF
here.
got a sale.
Yeah, that was from us, WTF. Don't forget. Records still need to be photographed and graded. That's why I have thousands of them, 1,000 of them in my collection. Yes. So Biff, AI is not going to it's not going to look at you. Well, it might, but probably not unless you have a really good angle at the record and it can see perfectly all the damage to it or whatever. You're still going to have to grade that. There's no doubt. But if it's just, you go watch James's video, somewhere in there, the little button pops up to buy this document camera. Document camera plugs into your computer. You put it on your desk. I have a white surface on my desk. Document camera. It can do up to a 12 by 12 record, no problem. And you just put it down under the document, CDs or even easier VCR tapes, media. It's perfect. And you press the space bar. That's how you take the picture. The pictures are automatically in your eBay listing. Then you feed the pictures to the AI. The AI does your listing from top to bottom, soup to nuts. You then look at it you can look at it multiple different ways. You can look at it in your drafts. You can then edit it all on eBay if you want, once they're in there. Or you can just, of course, list them right to eBay. These are the things I've watched on James' video. And then but you can, before you list in eBay, then you can go through in a organized way and check your information quickly. What else could you want?
James is very quick.
James is quick. Media. That's what this is. This is media. What is it going to work for?
He has like the muscle memory. He's just like click, click.
Yeah,
click,
I know.
click,
He
click.
really does.
I'm like, wait, click.
Is it going to
click.
work for clothing? Well, look, I stay as far away from clothing as possible. I think that it will work for clothing. I know it works for clothing, but that's your problem. That's clothing seller's problem. Sorry, Doug.
No, but I think it will. And
It will.
Josh's the list easier right now is working on categories that maybe typically don't already have like
Only halfway through.
Programs already out there. Like somebody was asking him about
Like the
trading
cards,
cards, and
yeah.
he said, but there's a program out there that's really great. And
Go do that first.
and right, so that's not on their top of their list for getting
Who
their
has been left
program.
behind? I'm not selling sneakers. I don't sell handbags. I don't sell cards of any sort. That's all that's been out there. I mean, for the most part. And then there's been the, as they say, the kept programs and stuff. But the only ones really out there are those three things. And I don't do any of that. Sometimes we found last year a little bit of success with the reading. I mean, AI was just, I don't know. It just wasn't up to snuff last year. This is a
And
new, fresh look at it all.
with Josh's program list easier, their plan is to, when they become live for the general public, is to have 50 to 60 categories already like ready to go. And then they'll be adding more as they
Yeah.
go on.
Well, that's a question to Mike G. So I got to bypass it just so I can get ahead with my life, which is impossible. We're never going to make it. You can bulk edit descriptions. Okay, I showed her. Remember? I showed you, and then you
An
learned.
hour and a half
Because I'm a
ago.
teacher. I teach. I have to bulk at 40,000 descriptions periodically when I raise my shipping
Yeah, I knew you
prices.
could do shipping, and I knew you could change your shipping policy, and something else. But I didn't know you could do the description.
Mom, Dad, stop fighting.
Of course you can, but see, what I
Thank you,
realize
James.
from my experience in life is, of course, that would be there. Your experience is
Yeah,
different, which shows
exactly.
you
You've
we
been
can
doing-
exist in the
you've been-
same
Right. You've
house,
been
and you
doing
don't know
eBay-
Jack, and I'm
You've
super
been
smart.
doing eBay since '99.
I know. Isn't that great?
I've been doing eBay since what, 20.
You hated eBay before you did it. Well, you just didn't
No, I
partake.
didn't.
You didn't like it. I always loved the one thing. I used to sell arcade video games, and we used to go pick them up like on our days off and stuff because I needed a hand, and I'm not gonna hire anybody. So she'd come and we'd move and I'd talk all day, the smoking Canadian, and it was great. And we'd fill up a huge like 24-foot truck, and then we'd get back to the warehouse, and it'd be like 10 o'clock at night, and she's got to work the next day, and I'm like, yes, and I'm walking around all triumphantly through the warehouse, and all you hear in the background is her unloading the truck down the elevator. She unloaded a 24-foot truck of arcade and pinball machines because I was just gloating in my triumph, and she wanted to go to
Now
bed
apply
and go to
that
work.
to how we work with eBay.
Thank you.
Land share picker. I agree with what he's saying with the business policies and condition description and item specifics, title and pictures. Why do we need a description? And that I totally agree with you. And
You just
I mean,
need it
that's
to
sort
be
of why,
part of the metadata of the unit of the sale item.
and that's why with several of our categories, we just have a set description. It's not tailored to that specific item. It's just tailored to the category. So all of our books from that professor, it says these came from the
Him.
collection of this professor.
And they have notes
But
sometimes.
our
and
item description tells you the unique things about it. If there's
underlining and highlighting. and
professor notes, professor highlights.
So Basket News, you want every NSF game ever made at the cheapest price. But the thing is, you just go on and buy a cartridge for $200 and you can download all the games and put it on there. So it's unnecessary. I mean, it's unnecessary to do that. But if you're a collector, you're still going to be competing with collectors. So the prices are going to, I don't think it changes. None of this AI is going to change the laws of supply and demand, are they? I mean, yes. So if you give more demand, well, I mean, if you give more supply, if the demand doesn't meet that, I get it. But at the same time, the demand for, you have one item that's used, it has quality levels. So therefore, those are technically almost 3 different items. I don't know what I'm talking about at this point.
Well, right, condition.
We didn't sleep for 3 days because we were waiting for
With use
software.
with use items, there's so many variables. So
We're going to have to get that in here.
I know, just for her.
All right, we'll just record it for real, like on our microphone. We turn off the camera and just smack me one, and we'll record it. AI is the gold rush. The money made in reselling gold rush tools, not in the digging. Abso-freaking-lutely. Now, that is to say, Major Win, people made billions. Well, not billions. People made money gold. Like, it wasn't just the sellers. So that kind of a statement is a really good statement, and I think it's a valid business statement. But at the same time, I mean, plenty of people made money using those tools, but not everybody. First adopters, early into the game. Let's go. The people who had energy and were like ready to rock it and weren't going to somehow accidentally talk themselves out of it. So we're fully committed and talked ourselves into it. And
there's a lot of...
And what have we talked ourselves into? $69 for a month.
And there's a lot of
not too
people in reselling that are of older generations that are not going to want to...
Like us?
Adapt to the new technology.
We're not spring chickens. But we do want to adapt. We want to adopt and adapt.
Well, we're still young enough where adapting is, good and easy, but
I'm still pre-hip replacement. Consumers would naturally win if they had money. Unfortunately, most will be on. I don't know. I mean, I can't.
That's
comment
interesting.
about
You say that. We were watching a show, and they were talking about with AI, and when all of these jobs are lost to AI, what next?
Don't worry about it.
And somebody
We'll be
said, what did they say? Universal income. And and then the host was like, yeah, but if no one's paying in because they're not working, then
It's
how do you
not.
have a
It wasn't any.
universal
It was
income?
Bill Maher and whatever. None of that matters. You only have one life. You're dead soon.
Yeah.
Compared to all this future that when we're going to have to worry about universal incomes. But the question that was raised there, and I will just point this out just because it is a good point. Everything could be negative or everything could be positive. So let's say nobody works in the future. That doesn't necessarily mean everyone's going to be living in poverty. It may mean that the fruits of our labor are so great that we become like that time machine where you go in the future and everybody's only 25 because then the Morlocks come up and eat you. So that could happen. So it's not all bad. I mean, it's not all the way you think it's going to be bad. But you definitely... There's definitely the potential of you can watch societies and try to learn history, but there's never been this many people on Earth and this many whatever, so that can both positively and negatively affect everything.
Silver
But
hair.
at this point, we're okay.
Silver hair is saying, I'm too old to adapt. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It's broke.
Silver, Todd, you can use YouTube.
Where's Todd's comment?
You definitely are. You have some tech savviness. So if you're able to do YouTube
But
videos.
but don't work too hard, man. You don't need to work too hard.
That's just it. Right. I mean, you're able to do it if you want to, but if you don't want to,
I'm going to jump
don't
down to the
stress
bottom where
yourself out.
it looks like people were having a conversation about things. Blue VT, we will stop for you and say aloha.
Movie too.
Record it. Yeah, that's amazing. We're definitely gonna have to point this out a lot. I mean, amazing that even Major Win was such a concentrated couple of days of information that not everybody got the information. Lag is being eaten.
I actually noticed that I hadn't seen Major Win like around some of the videos the weekend, and I was wondering if
Or maybe he's out.
they knew what was going on.
Oh wow, yeah, they both came out in So Hot on effectively the same day. That, Exactly, yeah. And it was one was planning to come out, and then one just tried to come over and
Yeah, and you definitely are not the
swoop.
only ones that are confused. A lot of people were on that day like confused about who.
If it had happened the way it should have happened, you wouldn't have been confused at all. But somebody tried to confuse it, and it wasn't Josh or James. But I don't know who. Well, who knows? I don't know. Kelly, late to the.
I already read that.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Please don't hurt me. Please don't.
Please don't
Skip over the
hurt me.
ads. So, I can't hear you, mommy. See, I don't need voice effects. I don't need the visuals. I can do all of the effects on
It's
my
all in your
own.
own head. Where do we go? There's not enough time. Lag also touched it. Major win.
Pico said you can have 10 free listings a month.
I'm like the ball with the nuts on the outside. Yeah, it's the cheese ball. Pork wine cheese ball.
Yes,
Exactly. That's
yes.
exactly it. Thank you. Noobs. I don't really like that term, but it is a term that that is used, and people know what it means. Beep 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 boop, boop, boop. There are decades where nothing happens, and days where decades happen. Exactly, Major Win. And that day was Thursday through Saturday.
Cat D, just you works for me.
Oops.
Cat D, aloha. We are so far behind. Blue VT, Blue says amen to being early and first, except it's the second mouse that gets the cheese. I think eBay will try to be the second mouse. I'm never first. Like I always say, if I happen to be like in Saving Private Ryan on one of those boats going up to the sea, that's a movie, not real life, by the way. I'd be all the way in the back for sure. I'm gonna watch at least the first guys go out and see what happens. I don't like being first. I like being in on first, which is why I talked to Ivan at District so early, and I talked to Whatnot. But then 2 years later, I still haven't done anything on either one, and mostly that reason is because I still my most sensical. There's not a lot of cells in my body that make a lot of sense, but when I listened to those, they told me to stay focused. And they told me not to listen to the potential of negative, what would happen if we lost the platform? I don't know. I would think of something in a hurry, I'll tell you that. But spreading out across multiple platforms and spreading out our understanding and it just did not make sense. No matter how much I talked about it, wanting it to make sense in my head, it never did, and we've never done it. And we've built our eBay stores back up to a acceptable place. And now we
eBay
hope
has been able to do this before Josh, before Tech, and they didn't really do it. And so I don't really have a lot of faith in eBay making something that's gonna actually be great.
well, I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, obviously they're gonna do it. And obviously they had a lot of problems with their own software, so I don't know.
Well, right. There's just too many things that they have going on. It's almost like they can't make each thing as great as it should be because they're spread thin. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you don't know. No, we don't know. We are very overstimmed from so many. Yes. I mean, we're sitting here basically. Blah, 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 blah. We are overstimmed from so much reseller content right now. We only watch about 3 channels at the moment and definitely no interest in our own. Oh, that's too bad. And we, of course, love this one. Well, thank you so much. And I mean, we do not. If this was a drain on our business, we wouldn't be able to do it. It isn't, because we find plenty of excuses not to do our job as it is. But I hope it gets even easier I mean, in the way that we have designed our life, I hope it gets, I know this new software is only going to increase our productivity of the way that we've designed our life. And we're not the only ones who do it this way. So I hope that some other 55-year-old nerds can get some information from us that'll help. I mean, this is nothing. I mean, tell me a negative thing is going to happen. You can say it. I just can't believe it. Right? 1 out of 20 Atari carts fail. Some are repeat offenders. Really? Is that true? 1 out of 20 fail, huh? Well, I did. You know what I just sold, Mike G, is I sold Omega Race with the beep, 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 with the attachment, control attachment with the button on top. It came with the Omega Race Atari 2600. Apparently that didn't work. I tested all my Atari cartridges now 5 years ago, so I'm not really sure that's truly tested anymore. But the kid said it didn't work, and I just refunded him because I wasn't going to play games. Hey, Dwayne. Who's Dwayne? Doug? Was it supposed to be Doug?
That's back when I think you played your Primo Kimo.
Oh, okay.
Michelle Kirkpatrick.
Aloha, Michelle. We're so far behind.
Lag wants a noise too. Mm-hmm.
Lag. What? How do you?
Like your sounds would be diarrhea farts.
Is that what we get for? Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll just do that.
Yeah.
Did you spit on me a little bit?
Mm-hmm. You got a free shower.
Thanks. Oh, Ryan, I'm sorry. We are so cha-ching reach. We should just not read everything. I'm jumping way down. Basket Noodle, Ryan. These are people who said things. Cha-ching. This time it's Summer Showdown. Oh, nice. There's other words.
Derek W. Pratt.
Where's Derek?
Down.
Boom.
Hi, guys.
Aloha.
I had a busy morning today. Took my dad out to eat for lunch today for Father's Day.
Awesome.
Nice.
Happy Father's Day to your father, and happy Father's Day to everybody else. And thank you, Candy O, for that note. I appreciate that too, by the way, if you're here. I did not respond to it because I don't know how to respond to things.
What?
I read things while I'm on the road, like Instagram things. I can't respond, like if I'm not sitting at my desk, I can't respond to things. So sometimes I'll just be like doom scrolling and I'll see stuff on Messenger or Instagram and I don't respond to it right away. And I forget about it. So that's not really a great way to do it, but that's how I do. Come to California, have In-N-Out tacos and In-N-Out burger and Jack in the Box tacos. Biff, I don't know. I'm getting more and more concerned that we need to go out there and see Moms. Just because she's old. And so are we. And anything could happen at any moment. So we gotta, at some point, I can't see a moment right here, right now, from how we have our business arranged that we can take time off.
I know, I think about that.
Is List Easier going to change that for us?
I think so.
I don't know. Are we buying time for $69 a month?
Yeah, that's what, Josh and James are sort of, emphasizing that this is going to give you time to do more things in your life that bring you joy.
If I can encourage you to have a positive state of mind
Unless
when
you
thinking about the
choose
future.
Was it Lag?
Try it.
Lag had said though,
they have KFC tacos.
But some people will still work 12 hours a day.
Yes, exactly. And guess how much they'll get accomplished.
But for those that don't want to, you can increase your workflow, and now have more time.
Let's say you're like us and you have you only need to make enough money in a month. You have a set goal of cash per month. I'm not interested in building a business up and up and up and up. I want to get it right. I got a reseller Nirvana. I got a Nirvana point. There's a perfect amount of money to make a month, not too much effort. The perfect amount of effort for that amount of money. That's what I like. This is going to change that equation. And we're going to be able to be more productive with the same amount of time, therefore making us so sick rich that we just turn off the...
I'm zoning out at that equalizer. I'm just like, yeah.
That would have been a good time to stop the live right in the middle of my statement. And then we would just gone, and we're going to get so rich, we're click.
And then people are like, wait, what happened?
Well, if you can make more money in the same period of time, then that does elevate your situation.
So essentially, right, how people are saying you have to work harder to make less money. This is going to be, you don't need to work harder
What's
and you'll be
Mike G
making
say?
more money.
I don't know what Mike G's talking about his minivan. I don't know. Are you talking about I never got a minivan Dodge Caravan because I heard it was built on a Dodge Neon chassis, and I could never get over that. And I was just like, well, I'm not gonna buy a Dodge minivan then. So thanks. 100,000 is just broken in. JRKR has 225 on our Honda Pilot, which I think doesn't Doug and Ro, don't they have like 350 on a Honda Pilot or something similar? But of course, you guys put a lot of mileage. Well, in California, you put a lot of mileage on. I'm not sure what Jen's driving, what her driving habits are, but in California, they're driving all over creation. So you could have a car that's only 10 years old and have 300,000 miles. Maybe. Allegedly. There's words. Ryan took away his words. Jen saying things that break easily. You know what I noticed today or over the weekend? We saw 3 girls with butt cheeks hanging out. And what I thought was the most, look how it looks like I'm missing a pinky. Like I'm a bad gambler.
And a thumb.
And a thumb. I'm a bad gambler and I lost a couple fingers and some bets. I'm not saying I studied this. It sounds like maybe I did study a little bit. The fabric is so thin that it's just like to me, it looks like cheap fabric. And I can just tell that because I'm used to a very fine fabric of, silks and other fabrics from the Orient, you know. You don't. Crappy fabrics, everything's meant to turn to garbage. I just agree with that statement. Something about trees. Carla says, don't forget to order your store subscription eBay. Very good.
Order your subscription, shipping supplies.
If you wait till the end of the quarter to spend your subscription coupon, make sure you don't forget. I do it on like the first day of the month because usually I'm running out of stuff and I don't want to forget. Because I have forgotten before and it makes me feel bad for like an entire next quarter. So I can forget about it. Basket saying he was on when it was, what was it called before eBay? It was Auction Web, I think. In 1995. I got on in 90. I don't think I registered for an account till 99, but I was in 97. Did something. I can't remember. I think, no. When did I start to sell arcade games?
Yeah, maybe it was a different account.
Yeah, it was a different account. This account was 99, but I probably did have a 97 account that I probably ruined by selling arcade games, and then people gave me negative. And so you used to just get rid of your accounts and start new ones.
What was John saying? Oh.
I hope it has all the categories it's going to have this is just from what Josh told, but take that with a grain of salt since he didn't know how much the cost was at first. Now he does. That it's going to have like a lot of categories. All categories are possible. I imagine efficacy is different, like clothing. It's going to be different because you're going to have to enter in qualities that maybe it's not going to see as much. I don't know. I have no idea. I just imagine. John says, item description benefits some keywords to better define the item. Item descriptions do help conversion rate as this important information helps buyers make an informed decision. Totally true. And if I'm not mistaken, Basket Noodle, of course, would say this is true because I believe I have verified it with him before, that when doing SEO, you're looking in different sort of, this is just a simplification. You're looking at the title for keywords. You're looking at a description for keywords. Maybe you're looking at at something other places for keywords, item specifics, description, and title. And if some of those match, you might get a little bit of boost, SEO boost, because you're using the same terms in title, specifics, and description.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday where I was saying on our records, we don't say record in the title.
Right. We
and
don't.
I was like, I wonder if that actually hinders our sales. I mean, we use the record category, but not all of our records say record. They'll say like 12-inch or whatever.
Mike G
45.
says that he got almost 2,000. Let me see how many I have. Games right here. So I have, I want to say it's 2,600 games, but that also includes not real ones. No. I'm saying ROMs. I was just trying to say that you don't have all the games. Ness has, well, that didn't work. USA, there's 857 titles. I don't know how many there are. So there. But congratulations for almost getting a lot of them. Too many sellers out there seem to think bots are buying our items and not real people with real needs and real questions about what they are buying. Why would bots be buying our stuff? What? That doesn't make sense, does it? Do bots need shower shitters? B needs flipping ain't easy, correct? And content reigns king in external search engines and soon to be AI search engines as well. Yeah. Well, I guarantee no matter what happens in the future, it's gonna
Paul
happen.
Rose.
It's gonna happen.
Faster, it is so exciting.
That's how Mike G became an eBay seller. I sold my extras to pay for my collection. That's what I did. And we're sitting at about 100 game consoles. I haven't bought those recently. These are all things that have piled up over the years, and I've sold. I started collecting in the late 90s, early 2000s, but I wanted every single vintage computer. And I got a lot of them for real nothing. And then I bought some online, but I mean everything. Heathkit H8, IMSA. I still need an IMSA 8080 if anybody's got one of those kicking around. Just every conceivable computer pre like mid 70s, like not into the 80s even. I had most of everything. But anyway, still sitting on about 100 consoles. But I used to buy and sell all that stuff I would get for cheap and sell it online and buy more stuff. And I think eBay messed themselves up a long time ago by not courting. I was as much of a buyer, not totally, but I probably bought 25% as much stuff as I sold. Like I was such a buyer on eBay back in the day. And I don't buy that much stuff anymore. I could still be buying stuff, but eBay did something. They made something.
Biff has left a link for everyone.
Let's see what it is.
The top websites.
Oh yeah, that's good.
1995
That is good.
to 2023.
I love those little things when they do that. Go check that out just so you can watch .coms.
AOL. It's like
scramble for top
already up
dog
there.
over the past 96. Are you saying 96 is 30 years ago, sweetie?
Oh God, no.
It's true. We're old. We can't.
Biff was
survive.
saying eBay has tremendous resources. The fact that they haven't done this already really means something that we are missing.
Oh, after we go to In-N-Out Burger, we're gonna go to Hillshire Farms and Orange Julius. So once it does the second crashing, that tells us it's time to go. Hold on, we're going through.
Wait.
We're all crashed. Major win. Always a great show. Thank you guys. Look, that still changes stuff.
Thank you,
girls
Doug
with.
and Row.
Where was I asking for a friend? It was separate locations though. There was one girl that was there going into a restaurant with her mom in the middle of the day, and I'm just like, this is modern. I'm not part of this.
I I noticed it, and I was like,
Yes, it wasn't just
weird.
me.
It was like unusual.
There was just like the, extra.
I just thought how
It was too much.
it's weird that the parent doesn't say
Off my
something.
lawn with your butt cheeks.
Yeah. Likes a bot.
You can come on with your butt cheeks if you want. I don't mind. Mike G's, I count the unlicensed one. Paul Rose says words. Blue VT says spam. Curious. What's your favorite way to consume spam? Yesterday, I made a grilled spam and cheese on rye. Yes, that's her favorite way.
I
but
love sliders.
Sliders. So, so if you take a piece of the spam and cut it in half so it's a square, and then put that on the King's Hawaiian bread with some soy.
And then I like the masubis.
Masubis is my favorite way to consume
Yeah,
spam.
those are really, really good too.
It's like you have to use a little press and you squish the
rice.
rice and the seaweed and spam. So you make like a fake sushi, but it's spam, so it's not healthy. It's good for you though. Good for your face. Okay. I think are we done?
Yeah.
Can we be done?
Sorry, guys, for the people we didn't read your messages. Thank you for commenting. Maybe next time we'll be a little.
Nope, we won't. And our picture will be frozen and it'll all be the same and nothing will ever change except for we're going to get a program called
List Easier.
Yeah. Yeah, we should get one that's called Stream Easier. Where we actually look at my face all there.
Something that
I'm like,
zaps
hey.
you because
And you're like, hey.
if you're going too slow, it zaps you.
Look at you, all judgy.
Yeah.
I'm all squinty and you're all judgy.
Anyhow, you guys, thank you so very much. We
Christmas is
appreciate each and
starting
every one of
now.
you. You mean so much to
Inappropriate.
us.
Christmas is not starting. Okay.
What?
I played music.
I know you are, but what am I?
Okay, we're going. Hey, you! Sorry. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, guys. Carla needs to see Pokey. Fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, it actually went to sleep.
Oh. Hold up. Pokey's coming.
Oh, we're getting.
For the Pokey lovers.
Sorry. We forgot that you do need to love the Pokey. Ooh, look at that elephant tusk in our mirror back there. You can see it. Hey, wait. Next show,
he's
Pokey.
Yeah, you know you're coming.
I'm trying. There we go. There he is. Look at him. His name is Aloha.
Aloha,
Once we're done with the
everybody.
show, we can go have fun and run around and go outside.
Thank you. Thanks for spending time with us.
You have to kiss the dog. Oh, he's
We
recoiling.
appreciate you.
No means no. Sorry. I love you. You're such a good boy.
He's so cute. Oh my goodness.
So
what is he
this is what we
doing?
gotta deal with all day. How do you get anything done around here?
Oh,
We need List
good
Easier just so we can
heavens.
have more time with our son.
Oh, seriously?
Serious. This is what I'll buy you, $69 a month. Let's go. What?
He's so cute.
Why don't you get a little cuter? I know you are, but what am I? Okay, guys, we gotta go. Sorry for keeping you an extra 10 minutes. Who's going to talk about List Easier now? Should we stay on longer and just keep talking about it? Okay, we really got to go this time. Have a great day. Oh, see you on Wednesday. Flipping easy tonight. Beard, maybe Wednesday sometimes. Whatnot. Buy his stuff. ListEasier.com.
Oh.
What a precious. How much can we sell him for?
Nope.
Sliced up? Masubi.